We have a 1964 Continental Trailway bus. That's what drove us here. And we have it for a month. I have a compositor trio with Sicilian tenor player named Franklin Carey. And on parole, hard drugs and drums is Chip White. On upright bass is Dr. Fitzgerald Huntington Jenkins III Jr., all from New York City. We previously unemployed bebop musicians, and it's a real pleasure to have a trio and be able to barely afford it. Well,
do you have to? You're supporting them independent of what concert you get.
Their child support, alimony, rent, back payments on like Heathkit.
You're just generally trying to keep them together.
I'm not doing it just for them. No, they provide a service.
Well, and a good one at that. Did you start with them in New York then, or did you meet them in Los Angeles?
New York. I flew to New York to find trio. It's hard to find style players I was looking for in LA. Los Angeles is full of like Laurel Canyon country musicians. Had a hard time finding what I wanted. It's hard to find an upright bass player.
Do you get the same kind of response in audiences on the East Coast as on the West Coast?
Not here more than I am on the West Coast. The response ranges anywhere from indifference to blatant subordination or hostility to a very warm club feeling I get primarily in Philadelphia.
Well, you played in Pittsburgh, I guess, about a month ago. What did you feel about that concert set there? You played 4 concerts in 2 days.
Oh, Carlisle and Pitt.
At Pitt, yeah.
Well, I was real fortunate to be able to run into Charles Bukowski for those 2 shows. That was probably a highlight of the tour so far for me. I mean, as far as ending up running into somebody that you admire and enjoy playing with. I've seen him in LA. He's certainly a pioneer, a contemporary poet. He's on Black Sparrow, and I've been reading him for a long time. I've seen him in clubs in LA, and
how old are you, Tom?
26. Was born at a very young age in the backseat of a yellow cab in the hospital parking lot. So I was named after a cabbie, and I had to make decisions very early. I had to be a $1.85 on a meter, first thing. Grew up very fast. I wasn't circumcised until I was 13, and I did it myself with a dull butter knife. It didn't even hurt. So you can tell you're dealing with a tough customer.
We better set the scene for this interview and tell our audience that we are in a restaurant in York, PA, and it's about 1 o'clock in the morning.
It's common for as Hojays or Howie's. This is a Howard Johnson's restaurant where you can get for $1.99 you can get all that you can stand. And we enjoy eating here whenever we have a chance. We go out of our way just to come here. And in fact, the band has got to the point where they won't eat anywhere else.
I don't know if this question has been asked before, but do you see yourself as a kind of 1970s beat poet?
Well, beat-conscious up all kinds of strange ideas like Maynard G. Krebs and Route 66 with George Maharis and Marvin Milner and The Subterranean starring George Papard and Leslie Caron and Roddy McDowell and but a beat, beatific, beatitude, beat up, beat down, brown beat bag was popularized by Jack Kerouac in the 50s. He was considered a beat writer and started something called the Beat Generation. It was like a group of misfit writers that broke off from the literary community in New York and San Francisco. And I'm certainly not, I didn't even have a driver's license in the 50s, so I'm not a beat, I mean, in the true sense of the definition, I'm not a beat. I feel like I'm very much 1976.
How would you characterize yourself as a poet, a comedian, musician, all of the above?
I'm kind of a curator. I'm kind of a collector, and I'm a small little firecracker swimming around the bowels of the music industry, see. And,
How did you come to cut your first record?
So ran into this guy downtown Los Angeles, and he exposed himself, and then it turned out to be Herb Cohen, and who was also in his spare time was also a manager, business manager for Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention, and so I paid his back rent and got him off Absorbing Jr., and we started to have a working relationship together, and so the rest is history. I mean, what can I say?
You traveled with Frank Zappa and the Mothers for a while.
Yeah, those were days. I did 3 tours with Frank. That's when he had Tom Fowler, Ruth Underwood, Napoleon Murphy Brock, George Duke, and Ralph Humphreys and Chester Thompson, and we did all over the place. In fact, we were in Rochester too. For all of it. Each night was an experiment in terror. It was an experiment in bad booking, and it was kind of a real catastrophe most nights. But I learned a lot from it, and I'm glad that I did it. And
what was your act like then, compared to now?
I was alone on stage. I was telling stories, but it's hard to talk to 10,000 people. I mean, so I just chose to, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. To my set, I said, take the money and run Venezuela. Something else will come up next week.
Do you get more satisfaction out of playing a concert or making an album? Or that's a bad choice?
2 completely different things. Your chops have to be... you have to get performance chops after a while. I'm working on them. I have good nights, bad nights, like anybody else. I'm an entertainer. And you go on whether you got hemorrhoids or your wife left you, or you got a cold, or you got non-specific arthritis, or your shoes are broken, or you go on regardless.
Are there any kind of audiences that you like to respond to more than others?
I enjoy a club audience that's come specifically to see me and has seen me before. There are also times that I enjoy being the underdog on a bill and taking the audience for giving them the business. I like that too. I mean, I've been telling stories and everything on stage. Just it finally just evolved and started consolidate and coagulate recently to where I began to think about working with a trio on stage and having them to add another dimension to what I'm doing, and also create a nightclub mood for me to be able to stretch out in. I started doing it on stage before I recorded Nighthawks of the Diner, and then and once I had finished that, I started to think seriously about putting together a road band. But at the time, I couldn't afford the musicians that I wanted to work with, because most of them were very prestigious, and they had like lick meters on their belt. You know, they put a flag up, and it was just it was out of the realm of possibility. So now I can barely afford it.